cool. All right, everyone out there in YouTube land, welcome to Queenstown Ice Arena for Game 2 of the SkyCity Stampede versus the Auckland Mako. I'm privileged to be joined here tonight by the one and only, the handsome Stefan Amston, who's going to be joining me doing colour commentary tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very interesting to be a part of this side of the ice. It's yeah, we're usually out on the ice, but nursing an injury back to life, and someone told, hey, you need some help up top, and I said, hey, I'll come join.
Hey mate, we're happy to have you up here, definitely, 100%. Shame we don't have cameras up here, otherwise it would increase our female viewership by about 300%, I'd say, easily.
Very, very, very flattering, but I think you guys would do all right without me.
Yeah, well, when Dave's up here, normally it increases the female viewership by about 900%, so if he's got duties down with the Wakatipu Wild tonight, who are they playing tonight? Do you know?
I think they're playing the Dunedin women tonight.
Oh, it's Dunedin, yep.
I had a little sneak peek at the score, and I think it seems like the Wild are up by 2-1 after the second. So,
nice.
Good luck to the ladies in the third.
Oh, bloody good. That's what we like to hear. We'll keep you guys posted as that game continues on. But the game we've got here tonight, it's going to be a barn burner. Last night, a little bit one-sided.
Yeah, I was. It was interesting to see. I know the Stampede. We've been talking about creating pace. It might not count for the standings, but it counts for the morale of the team. It counts for a way to build on the systems, and the Mako are here to develop and learn. And there was a lot of learning last night. That's for sure.
Exactly, and this Mako team is so important for the league because you've got a lot of teams getting older and things like that, and these are the players who are going to step up into the main clubs and fill out those rosters for years to come yet.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. It's an interesting way of building the youth hockey. A lot of the times the jump from under 16s, even under 18s up to the men's team can be pretty hard.
Yep.
So being able to bridge the gap a little bit, makes it just a little bit easier, keeps people interested, keeps the young guys coming back. Obviously, they get a lot of ice time when they play for the Mako, and the score doesn't really matter. It's all about getting better as a nation in hockey and as individuals. So, excited to see what they have to bring tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm looking at this Mako lineup as well. A lot of young guys. There's no fill-ins from other teams that we've seen in the past. Guys from other clubs stepping in and filling out the roster. It's all, the entire lineup is under 18s, under 23s. Yeah, and there's some studs in there who've just had great tournaments at the Worlds, the under 23s as well. So yeah, gonna mix it up tonight.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good to see. I know obviously I played against some of these guys, and they're they've got speed. They've got a lot of speed. So if you're not ready from puck drop, they can come surprise you.
Oh, definitely. So for the starting lineup for the Auckland Mako, we have number 52, Dimmer Mastronok. We have number 4, Liam Rasmussen. Number 28, Cody Bick. Number 27, Marcus McDonald. And number 50, Eli Pack. So game start, Jet McCallum's popped in straight through to Devlin. Gaining the zone early here. Stampede are going to look to make their mark early in this game, I'd say. Devlin, robbed, and then picked back up by Ross. Shoots it high.
Yeah, you can see there immediately the patience from the Stampede. They're not going to stress the pass. No. This is their home barn. They know where the open ice is, and leaving Nolan Ross open in the middle is probably not a good choice.
That is definitely not a good choice. So Jaden Pert in net for the Mako tonight. So Devlin ties up the draw there, kicks it away, goes back to Ross, but gets chipped out. Jet pops that one back in. Wheels around, Devlin to collect through the middle to Hutchins. Can't quite control it. Jet picks it up on the blue, sends it through to Ross, and then that is cleared out by Cody Bick. Picked up through the neutral by Marcus McDonald. Absolute dangerous threat. One of the best players for this Mako team and a standout at the Worlds as well. Jet skating it through neutral here, coming through. It's going to elect to wait up and wheel it back, but it's been picked up by Marcus McDonald again, who gets a great shot away. A little floating shot there. can't quite get it through. So it's sent through neutral. And Mako elect to change. Campbell flicks that one in just off net. And it's going to get picked up in the corner by Chalice. Wheels it round back behind. Collected by Wimmer, who sends it back to Chalice. Heavily dogged there by number 58, Lockie Boniface. And a shot on net. Campbell gets the second one off the corner. Well covered there. And that's going to get blown down.
I think there was a net off for that one. I think the Mako were lucky not to get a penalty on for the bench there. Hit one of the guy's skates coming off the ice, but the ref didn't see that one, so we play on.
Exactly. They're very lucky there. So we've got McCarg here taking the draw back to Burns, who's going to snap it in around down to McCarg, but Chalice picks that up around the horseshoe and gets knocked off the puck there. Great little play by Lockie Boniface. Picked up again by Marcus McDonald behind the net, wheels it around to Wallace. Back to Boniface. Chipped in to the corner and collected again by Clark. Wheels around to Burns. Oh, great feed out in front, but that's just chopped off there by Gerard. Chased down by Yang into the corner, and he's going to leave that. Wheeled around, looking up. Oh, can't quite collect the pass there, Serikov. Clark, runs out of real estate there. Oh, feed through the middle, can't get quite, Rusky Jones does a great job to get that one off to Robbie. Robbie looking for the pass back to Rusky Jones. No one through the middle. And that is collected up by number 10 there, Fontaine. Fontaine hits the brakes, looks through the centering pass. Picked off there by Harford. Harford sends it up to Harrison. Harrison back out on the ice. That one slipped past me. Barry with the puck, feeds it up. Collected through this neutral by McCullum. McCullum elects to have a shot on net and take out Joel Gerard's net there.
Wow, look at that. That was might need to get Colin back in the team. I think we need some more skate sharpening.
Yeah, definitely. Well and truly. He just blew an edge there, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of an insider on Colin McIntosh. Usually takes care of the skates for the boys, and I think he's down supporting the Wakatipa Wild at the moment.
Wild,
so I might need to call him back up.
Yes. Oh, that could be very duster-worthy, that manoeuvre there, I'd say. All right, Devlin wins the draw back to McCullum, finds his feet, straight through the middle there to Devlin. He's got McCullum through the middle. Oh, great pass picked off there by Kazanov. Devlin collects, pops through the middle. Oh, great pick up by Rusky Jones. Gets the shot away. No power on it though. It's tipped in front. Lawrence behind the net. Looking for the pass. Lawrence can't quite collect it and it's picked up by Stampede again. Ross through the middle. Looking for that pass. Around behind the net, out to point. Rusky Jones chips it in. Back to Ross. Great pass there. And golly, just can't quite control it and gets wheeled back out there for an... That's going to go icing.
That was a phenomenal pass by Jesse Hutchins there, finding Nolan in the middle.
Yes.
That was, deserved a better fate than a save. I would have to be fair on that.
Definitely did. Oh, was that Jesse who sent that through the middle, was it?
Yeah, he picked it up in the corner and it floated it back to Nolan. So that was a nice play by Jesse.
Talk about future. Stampede future's looking bright when you got kids like that out there.
Oh, it's been it's awesome to see all the young guys being able to give an opportunity in these games. And, they'll get better every year.
They will. Oh, that was a beautiful shot there and a great tip by McCarg. There's another shot in there by Campbell. Let's go. Maestronok electing to wheel around behind the net here. Skated up. Gets robbed by McCarg. And we're going to have a tripping penalty here on number 27, Marcus McDonald. Just tried to keep it in the zone there and got McCarg's feet from under him.
Yeah. Picked his pocket on the wall there, and you know, when you get burned like that on the corner, there's only usually one option, and that's to take the guy down. So
exactly, and that's a man you really don't want off the ice on your penalty kill as well.
No, let's see how they do this, and if they can capitalize.
Yeah, so we're going to have Ross out there taking the draw, Harrison on the right, McCullum up on the point with Chalice. Down to Ross, who slides it through, but goes a little bit wide. Harrison chipped back behind the net to McCarg. McCarg round to Chalice, back to McCarg. McCarg off the wall. Harrison with the puck, out to point. Ross chipped across and then tipped out of bounds, out of play there by Cody Bick. That's a great defensive play.
Yeah, good stick. Sticks in the lane. One of the more important parts of the defensive play in the D zone is just keep those sticks moving. That's an extension of yourself, and yeah, pays off.
Hell yeah, it does. Callum with the puck, and just off the side of the stick. Ross is going to collect that through neutral and skate it up. Skate through the middle there. Round the back, looking for a pass. Ross out to McCullum. McCullum walking the line back to Ross. Back to McCullum, who takes a shot off Harrison. And cleared out there by Wallace, who's going to send it down. We have 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this power play, or penalty kill, depending on which side of the fence you're sitting on. McCullum elects to take his time, send that cross to Ross, back through the middle. Harford can't quite control it. Picks it up, Harford into the corner. Wheels back around for Devlin. Devlin walking the line. Devlin cross to McCullum. McCullum back to Devlin. Oh, picked off there. McCullum collects over to Ross. Ross to Devlin. Devlin down to Ross. Across, and another great shot there from the point by Ross. Devlin to collect. Across to McCullum. Through to Ross. Back to Devlin. And Devlin with a shot. Shut down there. Out to McCullum. McCullum walking the line. Down to Ross. Ross with a shot. Another great save there. Across to Ross. Harford. Harford with the puck. And can't quite control it there. It takes a big hit from Pack. And then that's gone back through. Devlin. Devlin with the puck. Robbie mixing it up there with Boniface. And, great work there to keep that in the zone. Robbie tries to chip it in. Devlin to collect. And that's picked up by Sirikov. Great little chip pass in front there. Sirikov passes it up. Can't quite hit his man in stride. Chalice through the centre there. He takes time, takes a shot. Great block there. There's great work by Yang. Campbell wheels it round. Rusky Jones can't quite collect. Chipped out. Again. Yang collect. Can't quite get there. Chalice brings it outside. Through neutral. Oh, off the skates of Boniface there. Oh, dangerous shot across the middle. Campbell sends it through to McCarg. McCarg streaking out the wing. Walks around Barry. Oh, good shot in front, but shut down there by Barry. Mako to collect in their own zone. Up to Barry. Sends it through to Boniface. Rusky Jones marching through neutral. Tries to walk McDonald, but gets shut down. McCullum on the point. Oh, another great play there by Cody Bick to close that one down. Rusky Jones collecting the Stampede zone. Back to McCullum. McCullum takes his time. Cody Bick on him. Oh, that's tipped by Devlin. So there is going to be an icing. Okay.
What a sequence of play. Just relentless pressure by the Stampede.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it starts with a good shift from the first power play unit, and they kept going from there. You know, I think I'd like to see few more shots. There's not enough traffic really in front of the Jaden Pert at the moment. He's seeing everything. Everything's hitting his body.
Yep.
You know, if they can work on that, I'm pretty sure the next one will be a little bit better.
I think so, yes. Yeah. But, you know, you got to hand it to Mako as well. They're doing a great job, you know, keeping the Stampede at bay there.
Yeah, no, phenomenal job so far, and, you know, see if we can keep it up.
All right, Ross with a shot there, and wheels wide. Oh, Devlin gets his pocket picked there by Hutchins, Jake Hutchins. And it's going to go icing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know about you, Joel, but I think we've got some differences in the teams so far. I think Stampede managed to hit sticks in the passes out of their own zone. You know, they're coming pretty strong through the middle.
Yes.
And you know, I think Mako have got an opportunity to learn from that. Just keep the feet moving and get the pucks on the stick. All
right, and that's going to be 52. Masterok just gives it up, and him and Devlin getting tied up there. We've got Fontaine wheels it up to Clark, who gets a hit for his troubles. And that's, Harrison's going to win that one. Kurt elects to come out and play it. And a little confusion there on the bench. Rusky Jones sends it down to Robbie, soaks up a hit, gets a great pass out in front, but then that's picked up by number 52 Mastronok. Kept in the zone. Great job there. Again, trying to wheel it out. Picked up. Shot back in. Campbell does a great job keeping that play alive. Harrison out to Burns. Burns down to Harrison. Harrison crossed the middle there. And great job by Campbell again to keep that puck alive. That's what I like to see, just patrolling the blue line there. Burns behind the net, back to Campbell. Campbell looking up ice here. Going to take it for a skate through neutral. Campbell still with the puck. Campbell skating, taking the corner there. Great dish in front to Campbell. Almost hit his brother in stride. We've got Chalice through the middle here. Campbell, picked up there by Mako. Cross to McDonald. Gets the shot away. Just whistles a bit wide there by McDonald. Wimmer picks up the puck in neutral, gets it across to Boniface. Back to Wimmer through the middle to McDonald. McDonald still with the puck. Back to McDonald. Just chipped out there. It's going to get chased down by Boniface. McDonald's collecting the zone. He's going to take his time. Have a look up ice here. Gets around both Stampede players here. They've got numbers. Gets the shot away. Great block in front there by McCullum. Weird bounce there and gets picked up, but Stampede control. Chalice looks through the middle. Long pass through to Hutchins. Hutchins can't quite control it there. Back to Rusky Jones. It's chipped out. Barry through the middle, gets shot away, and that's stick down by Hutchins.
Yeah, bit of a slower pace, I think, to play in the middle here. Maybe both teams have got used to the pace, and they know where each other are now, and they're marking up in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Not an awful lot of free ice to skate on, so yeah, hard-fought battle at the moment.
Yeah, it's good to see. Good hard-fought hockey, eh? All right, Rusky Jones muscles his way into the zone there. Gets closed down. McCullum to collect the puck in the Stampede zone. McCullum looking up ice. McCullum electing to skate it here through neutral. He's got the jets on. McCullum through the middle. And he's going to elect to pull up here. Get a pass down through to Ross. Ross through the seam, but no one home. Devlin back to McCullum on point. McCullum down to Burns, gets the shot away, but stopped. Ross with the puck. Ross cross to McCallum, who can't quite pick it up, and that's taken by Wallace. Pass it on to Yang. Yang coming through the middle. Devlin shuts him down there. Pass far across there to number 12, Dixon. Gets it out to Clark. Rusky Jones picks the pocket, gets the shot through, tries to shove it home, but shut down by the goalie. Secondary shot there by Harrison. Back to Burns, and through to Harrison, who slots it home.
What a sequence. Big boy Rusky Jones burning up through the middle. It's a lot of man to handle for the Mako at the moment. Picks up the puck again, and bang, bang, back of the net.
Exactly. And, you know, having Harrison just in his spot right in front of the net, you know, he's not going to get pushed around by any teams, let alone the Mako in that space.
No, it's great to see him back. You know, he's been off for 6 weeks, almost 8 weeks now with a broken hand. So I know he's been hanging around and wanting to be a part of it. And yeah, great to see. Great to see.
Good to see those hands are still silky after a goal like that, eh?
I know he's still been skating with us. You know, he hasn't been able to do everything, but he hasn't lost a stride.
Hasn't lost the touch. Robbie just pops it out there, and that's passed up. Clark picks that one up. Across to Burns. Burns back to Clark. Clark up through the middle there to Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones the puck. Back, pass through. Harrison can't quite get his stick to that one. Back to Burns, down to Harrison. Harrison up to Burns. Burns, couldn't quite get the pass away. And that's chipped through the middle there. Oh, big hit on Serakov.
Yeah, he had his head down for that one.
Collected by Serakov again. Clears it up to Lawrence. And too many men.
Yeah, we got a bench penalty. You know, they got away with it in the first one, but
I have noticed there's been a bit of inconsistency with the Mako bench and the changes.
Yeah, I guess that's what you'll get as well. You know, this team doesn't play together regularly. They don't they don't know the sequence. They're probably moving guys around as well. Whoever's hot on the night, give them the chance, and coach is probably actively coaching, and then you know, this is what can happen.
Exactly. All right, we're going to have that first Stampede power play out there again. Harris on the right, Ross in the middle. Back to McCallum. McCallum, gets robbed. McDonald, great job there by McDonald. Just couldn't get around McCallum. McCallum with a puck behind the net is going to take his time here, set it up, sends it up to Harrison. Harrison chips it back across to Ross with some fancy footwork, getting through the zone. Little toe drag, can't get the shot away. Great block there by Rasmussen. McCallum shooting in. And that is a great little play there.
Tic-tac-toe again.
Tic-tac-toe.
It's the winning concept, I think. The Mako, they're quick, man. They'll get on you. Yeah. The only thing that moves quicker than the players is the puck. And, you know, we've seen it twice now. 2 quick passes, beating 2 guys.
Exactly. And, you know, with that youthful enthusiasm of the Mako, they can get drawn into those situations where they get caught puck watching a little bit.
Yeah, that's
and especially when you're a man down and you're playing against the, you know, top Stampede power play unit. You can get caught up chasing the puck.
Yeah. You
leave that man open in front. McCarg's going to bury that every time.
Yeah, no, it was a great play. Great showing by the Stampede power play as well. You know, they don't let up just because it's a game like this.
No, they do not. McCallum with a shot gets closed down there by number 58, Boniface. Through the middle, Devlin with the puck, skates through. Devlin looking through the middle there, chips it back, and we have a penalty here.
Yeah, might have been a retaliatory slash. I could see Jet was going for a hit, but it was just beneath us, I think, Joel. So I don't think neither of us had a good look at it.
No, I missed that one. So who have we got going in? We have Leonard Wimmer, number 23, going in. 2 minutes for slashing. All right, and we get as they sent them off, we're going to get another chance to see this Stampede power play here. I got Marcus McDonald here taking the draw versus Devlin. Devlin just with a win, but Marcus isn't going to give it up. Clark
good tie up
sends
there
out
by
to
Devlin.
Burns. Burns down to Clark. Clark, oh, almost has his pocket pick there. And great job there by the goalie.
Few stick taps.
Few stick taps. There was a lot of traffic going on in the net in the net there. All right, Burns through the center here. Rusky Jones getting it through. He's going to pop that back out to Burns. Burns on the blue. Gets the shot away, and great save there. Just a little shoulder nudge. Sends that one to the roof.
Great shot by Rusky Jones. You know that little play they do when the D-man walks the blue line? You know, draws the guys with him, and then just feeds it back to the forward that comes up high. You know, it works in most leagues. It's interesting to see how the guys always use it, especially on a small rink when you need that extra space. It's a good way of playing.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. Oh, Chalice, and that's back to McCullum. McCullum sending back to Chalice. Chalice through the middle. Harrison can't quite get a hold of it. At the point, Ross across to McCullum. McCullum gives it up there to Page, and Pack sends it through down to Gerard. Ross with the puck, speed through neutral here. Ross still with the puck, down to Chalice. Chalice back to McCullum. McCullum with a blistering shot, and great defense to clear that in front. Harrison gets 2 cracks at it but can't quite put it home. Sarakoff up here gets the shot away, but Joel Gerard says no.
Yeah, little fumble there from Jet. Semi-breakaway. Easy work.
No, exactly. The Auckland guys, Mako always, got those quick legs. If they get the opportunity, they're going to jump on that.
Yeah, I think that was that the first shot of the game for the Mako, I believe. So you get a bit of a dominance here from the Stampede in the first.
Well and truly. Devlin wins draw. McCullum tied up with McDonald. Devlin looking up ice over to Doig. Doig chips it through the middle. Loses it to Mako. Chip back out again. Rusky Jones cross to McCullum. McCullum into the zone. McCullum with a shot. Sprays wide. Devlin picked that one up on the point. Back across to McCullum. Out of the zone.
5-on-5 hockey again.
Back to Hutchins. Hutchins over to Doig. Doig chips it in, and takes a weird bounce off the backboards. Rusky Jones. Dog there by the Mako team. Chip back up to Devlin. Devlin sees Doig through the middle. Doig picks it up. Can't quite get across the blue. And it's wheeled around to Zhang. Up to Lawrence. Chipped up to Chalice. Burns. Burns holding in the Stampede zone. Burns through the middle to McCarg. McCarg can't quite get around Mastronok there. Not cleared out. Rusky Jones keeps that one in. Chalice is going to chase that one down. Chalice. Great feed through the middle to Campbell, but then that's picked up by Mastronok. Rusky Jones feeds it back into the Mako zone. Rasmussen behind the net. McCarg can't quite keep it in. He's getting dogged there. Clark through the middle to Campbell. Campbell, gives it up to Mastronok. Rings off the bar by McDonald there after a great dish by Pack. Pack still battling in the corner there with Clark. cleared out. Wimmer to collect. Wimmer dishes off. Robbie behind the net. Robbie sends it up to Rusky Jones. And that's going to go icing.
Yeah, a bit of pressure there from the Mako.
We'd like to see that. No, Marcus McDonald and Pack. That's they're starting to make things happen down there.
Yeah, I think so. I think Marcus McDonald's made himself a name as a bit of a shorthand sniper in the league. I know he's scored a fair few of those, so he's a dangerous man to watch.
He definitely is. All right, Rusty Jones wins the draw. Back to Campbell. Campbell chips it out to Harrison. Harrison sends it up the boards. And Barry takes a huge hit there from Rusky Jones. And Mako trying to wrap it around the net there. And just can't quite get the shot on. Joel Gerard with 100 arms down there, just closing that down.
I think we are going on to the Mako power play here, Joel.
Oh, very potentially, yes.
Yeah, it's Campbell, 86, being taken
Blake,
off.
Blake Campbell going to sit down for hooking. All right, so we're going to get to see this this Mako power play here.
Yeah, very different game today, Joel. And yesterday was, I think it was 6-1 after the first yesterday. It's only 2-0, and this can change the game momentously.
25 seconds left in this period as well. Masternock over to McDonald. McDonald walking the line. McDonald can't quite shake the Stampede defense. Oh, great little pass out in front. Masternock on the blue. Masternock chip down, back through the center there. Oh, great Stampede defense. Mako with a little bounce, and that is going to see the end of this first period.
Yeah, what a period. I think we've got started with a strong Stampede team, back up 2 power plays, but last few minutes, I think I see a bit of a shift on momentum. What do you think? Yeah,
I think so. And that's with this Mako team, because you said they obviously don't play together very often. Maybe, you could take this as, say the 4th period of, a 6-period game.
Yeah.
And they're just starting to find each other, find that chemistry. Coaches will be getting the lines together and seeing who has chemistry, what's working, what's not.
Yeah, I definitely feel the Mako is the kind of team that will get better over the next, the 2 games really. And they're being as young as they are, they should have enough power to go all the way through. So
awesome. All right, so we're going to see the younger Stampede prospects coming through here. And we're going to see Aston Brooks stepping up in net with Jake Thompson on the other side. Two good good Queenstown goaltenders there.
I think it's Swertsy actually stepping up.
Oh, is it Swertsy? Oh, it's 2. Oh, outstanding. All right, that's a great shot there by number 17, Hudson Haynes. Another kid with a strong Stampede surname. All right, number 17, Flash, Declan Day with a great shot. Thompson almost getting beaten there.
Just robs him, eh? Just robs the little
robbed
kids.
him, yeah.
Point blank.
Oh, Brooklyn Lee just couldn't quite close that one out. Number 4. Who we got here? Number 9, Sierra Rose Arnold with the puck, streaming up the left-hand side here. Sends it through the middle to Boston Lee. Just can't quite pick it up there. He's battling hard behind the net. Number 17 out in front with a great shot there. Declan Day sends it to the back of the net.
Well, that is quite the impressive roster, I have to say, on
It
both
is,
sides.
yeah,
I think we can look at some old parents playing for the Stampede here. The Lees and the Hayneses. Probably a good 500 games worth of NZIHL experience between them.
Yeah, exactly. We've got both those surnames up in the rafters here just behind us. All right, number 19 sends it out to Declan Day with the puck again. And that's number 2 for the night. Just having an absolute game tonight, Declan Day. Chipped out through the middle. He gets sent to the ground though. Madison Lee there as well, and then that's picked up by Hudson Haynes. Hudson Haynes with the final shot of our game, which after the buzzer, unfortunately, Swartzy says no goal.
Oh, what a show.
Oh, so yeah, we had Sarah Rose Arnold, Brooklyn Lee, Boston Lee, Declan Day, Madison Lee, Hudson Haynes, Oscar Charlton, and Amber Runner. Just an outstanding end of first period game there. And you get a team photo with, you know, quite a few generations of future and current hockey players there.
Yeah, it's always fun. You know, this is why we do it. This is why we get to the rink to see the joy and you know, to see the next generation lace them up for the first time. Exactly,
it's very cool to see. All right, well, we're going to take a short break and come back with the second period. I'm Joel LeBreton.
I'm Stefan Amsterdam.
We'll see you soon. All right, everyone in YouTube land, welcome back. I'm Joel LeBreton.
I'm Stefan Amston.
And we will be back for this second period. What do you think of that first period, Stefan?
A lot different from Friday. I can see that. There's a little bit more chemistry from the Mako. They haven't given up as much, it feels like. They've been a bit tighter in the zone. Obviously, I think currently it's 17 shots to 1 in favor of the Stampede.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you talk about that only having the one shot. The second shot that they had from Marcus McDonald there that rang off the post that doesn't actually count as a shot was an amazing opportunity, though.
Yeah.
And it could have been quite, a millimetre to the right there, and we have a different game.
Yeah, that's would change the dynamic for sure. But yeah, we walk into the period with a 2-0 lead for the Stampede.
Exactly. Just looking at these scores here from the other game tonight. So if you don't want to hear the results, close your ears now. We had the West Auckland Admirals taking a 6-3 victory over the Phoenix Thunder.
Yeah, well, interesting score. I think West Auckland came out hot early, and Dunedin couldn't really keep up. And I think from the women's, I think a good result for the Wakatipu Wild beating the Dunedin women by 4-2.
Wow,
Goals
that is great.
Scored by Caitlin Hill, Samantha Haywood, Kelly Nelson, and Kelly Burstein from the Wild. So
sharing it around.
Yeah, congratulations to the girls, and do it again tomorrow.
Exactly, right, back into it. McCallum, puck fires it up to Ross, and that is going to get waved off icing. Masternock pick it up behind the net here. Masternock skating through neutral, but Devlin's all over him there. McCallum down to Devlin, who was just sneakily streaking down the side there. Devlin all by himself, and he's sending it back to McCallum. McCallum cross to Campbell, back to McCallum. McCallum just wasting that time down there, sends it all the way back down, and that's going to get picked up by Masternock. And Masternock coming through neutral. Masternock is going to wheel up there. Masternock back to McDonald. Just couldn't quite get that pass there. McDonald behind the net. McDonald with the puck. He's going to elect to skate it out here. Hits Boniface in stride, but that gets closed down. And that's bounced in there by Serakov. And across to McCarg. It comes off his skates. Back to Masternock. Masternock through the middle. Almost picked off by McCarg there. Clark skating that one down. Clark through neutral. Picked up by Chalice. Chalice chips it up to Clark. Clark with the puck. Clark still with the puck. Great feed to Chalice. Gets a great shot away there. Robbie on the point. And that's chipped back out to neutral. Burns going to collect that and send it back into the Mako zone.
Yeah, going offside there. That's what happens when the change is on the inside of the blue line, like it is in this rink, where the player might be changing inside the offensive zone, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, and you look at that sequence of play as well. You really start to notice how different a power play looks when a team trains and plays together.
Oh yeah, they get or take space when you play here a lot and you play on this rink. You know how big it is. So big difference there, as you said.
Oh yeah. And Robbie into neutral, drop pass down to Harrison. Can't quite chip away. Harrison's going in behind the net there. Harrison still with the puck. He's going to leave that for Burns. He's going to chip it down to Robbie behind the net. Masternock can't quite hold that. Harrison, the puck down to Rusky Jones. Harrison behind the net, out to McCallum on point. McCallum will start a step. Harrison chips it across the net. Robbie couldn't get a hold of it. Zhang up to McCallum. McCallum
risky
still with
change.
the puck, straight through the middle here. Chips over to Rusky Jones, who just gets closed down there by Wimmer. Gets a stick to that puck so before he can get the shot off. Rusky Jones chips it back into Hutchins. Hutchins, McCullum. McCullum with the puck. Sends it across, and a great stop and go there by Ross.
I think we just saw the difference there between the two teams, Joe. Bit of inexperience from the Mako, changing while the Stampede have possession in their own zone. You know, it's one of those things that you can't, you know, you get it with age, with experience, and you know, I think that's where it starts with this one, unfortunately. Bad change in the neutral zone.
Yep.
Can't get the puck out. It's going to be in the back of the net.
Suddenly you're outnumbered, and you know, with that line there, you don't want them snapping it around you.
No. So there we go. It's a nice goal though.
Definitely. McCallum in the Stampede zone dishes across to Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones up to Burns through to Ross, and we have offside there.
Nice little play by Jesse there again. He's had a few of those where he's trying to find Nolan in speed there, and has another one, unfortunately offside on that one. But yeah, good to see the movement, the skating.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you know, it's good to see him getting quite a lot of ice time in this game as well. Karg ties it up beautifully there, gets it through to Campbell, and that's picked up by Young in behind the net there. Can't quite clear it out. Background Barry. Barry up to Pack. Battling to get that across the line. McCallum chips it through. Pack can't quite get it, and that's going to get picked up by Yang, but Campbell closes off that lane. McCallum with a shot, blistering shot, and that's just a great save there by Pert. And McDonald elects to clear that one out off the boards, and it's going to get picked up by McCallum. Chip through neutral to McCarg. McCarg going to send that one up, and that's going to get collected by Yang again. Dog by Chalice. Chalice, oh, almost picks his pocket. He does a good job of holding onto it, sending it around to Barry there. Takes a big hit against the boards from Campbell, and that's going to draw a penalty. And then decides to take a swing at Campbell for the sake of it, I guess.
I'm not sure I understood that one.
No.
Hit to the head. I don't know. Unfortunately for Logan, I think he's 6'5" and 6'7", so it's going to have a hard time not hitting someone up high.
That is very unlucky on his behalf. All right, we're going to get to see this Mako power play click again here. And Harrison walks that one out, and great pick up there by Harrison. Tries to drag it through, and great save there by Pert to stick with that. Clark looking up. Clark with a shot. Tries to go short side. Pert has it covered. Wheels back around to Boniface. Boniface back to Mastronok. Mastronok. Pang through neutral. Pang still with the puck here. Pang pulls up, and unfortunately Harrison just nice little lead pass there by Campbell. Harrison and McDonald just coming together there. Mastronok hit on Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones bullying it along the boards there. Mastronok just bounces off Rusky Jones. Bick with a shot, and that's gone up to Ross. Can't quite get around Pack. Picks it up again. Robbie and Pack. Robbie chips it through to Clark. Mastronok picks it up. Next time, 39 seconds left in this power play. Serakov, long pass across to Clark. Serakov.
The Stampede a little bit out of position.
Yeah.
See the rotation? I think we had was a bit of an opportunity for the Mako there. I think Campbell got caught up. He was just positioned in the middle there, but I think that was a good old-fashioned Stampede power kill, Joel.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to see the Mako starting to find their legs and cycling a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I think once they get into the zone, I think that they're just fine, but they're having trouble moving that puck quickly through the neutral zone and establishing that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 seconds here left in this power play. 2 seconds, and Rusty Jones with the puck through neutral. And that's going to see the end of that power play. Score still 3-0 to the SkyCity Stampede. Rusty Jones going strong there, and that's cleared back out to neutral. Chalice picks it up. Chalice taking his time, back to McHarg. McHarg up to Burns, back to McHarg. Takes a shot. Burns pick up behind the net, and robbed there by Lawrence. Back down. Zhang takes a hit from Campbell there, and that's cleared out to neutral where Burns is going to collect the center dots. Burns with the puck, across to Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones, shot through neutral with Campbell, feeds it up to McHarg. McHarg takes a hit, keeps going. McHarg, 2 players on him here. Lawrence takes a stab. Campbell getting muscled off the puck there. Back to McHarg. Oh, one off the post. Back to McHarg on point. And that's just chipped up there to Chalice. Chalice with the puck. Sources it through the middle to Doig, who can't quite grab it, but he's going to chase down the puck there. Pack. Wimmer. Oh, soaks up a good hit from Harford there. Devlin round behind the net. Clears it out to Ross. Ross chips it across to Doig, but it bounces off McDonald. Harford with the puck behind the net. Looking to break it out here. Harford leaves it for Ross. Ross skating up through neutral. Dishes up to Doig. Can't quite get the legs. Number 12 picks it up behind the net. Josh Dixon. Devlin battling it out down low. Kept in by Clark. Rims it around. Devlin can't chip it out in front of the net. Ross with the puck. Ross sends it to McHarg. Oh, it was McCallum, sorry. Taking a great shot there. Devlin back down to McCallum. McCallum. We're around to Ross. Ross chips it back in for McCallum. And through the middle. Picked off by Pack. And great job there to keep it in the zone. Marcus McDonald pick it up in the Mako zone. He's going to elect to have a little skate here. Chips it in. It gets leveled by Harrison.
Absolutely destroyed outside his own bench. Beautiful hit.
McCallum picking up in the Stampede zone here. McCallum skating through neutral and picked off through the middle there. Great by Jake Hutchins. Jake Hutchins battling hard against the boards here to clear it out. Fortunately, there's no one there for him. Campbell chips it through, and that's going to be waved off ice. Kazanov behind the net. Kazanov up to Jake Hutchins. Rusky Jones got the legs to collect that one. Rusky Jones skating up the wing. Rusky Jones to Rusky Jones. Jake Hutchins, great heads-up play there. Wheel it back behind the net. Rusky Jones. Oh, great feed across to Burns there. Back to Rusky Jones. Great work there to get around number 42 Kazanov and shoot for that far post.
That was a pretty goal. Pretty goal. That's what happens when you have a bit of speed. You open up those seam passes. When you can go from one side to the other, the goalie has to really work to go from post to post, and you know a goalie in movement is going to give up a little bit of space, and he's not going to be set. So, you know, that's where the opportunity came from, really.
Oh yeah, and that's I think that might be a Rusky Jones to Rusky Jones as well. It might be a Might be an assist and a goal there.
I think so. We've got a younger brother, Ollie, was I think added to the roster today after spent the good part of the North American season, just finishing off I think high school and came back. So
that's right. He was too, wasn't he?
Valuable addition to the Stampede team going forward for the season.
Absolutely, absolutely. It all starts from the top, though, you know, with Ants Rusky Jones being such a legendary, skilled hockey player.
Well, you know, it kind of
flows down from the top, you know.
I know, right? And there's something in the water. I was talking to
Minna as well, another legendary hockey player.
I know, it's just something in the water. They're all 6'5". They can skate, they can shoot. So, you know.
Oh, Clark in behind the net here. Clark comes out with it, wheels it back around to Hartford. Hartford, little star step. Hartford through neutral to Clark. Picked up there by Rasmussen. Rasmussen gives it up to Campbell. Back to McCarg. Great save there by Pert. And another glove there by Pert to close that one down.
A little bit of showmanship there.
You got to do it if you're tendy, don't you? You got to give it the windmill.
Oh, you know it looks good on the replays.
Hell yeah, it does. We like to see it.
Oh, you know. It's all for fun.
More goalie sallies. Are you listening to that, Chris Hedwig? More goalie sallies. Burns pick up through neutral. Burns sends it through the middle, and that is going to go for icing. Unusual for Burns to send one for icing.
Yeah, I think he was expecting one of his forwards to curl through the middle there, but they never came.
We've got Edward Lawrence out here taking the draw versus McCarg. And one by McCarg, back to Burns, wheels it back around to Chalice. Chalice back to Burns. Burns up to Campbell, who is going to battle it out there to McCarg. Beats him along the wall. McCarg with a little backhand shot right on target. Pert says no. Campbell backing up through neutral here. Campbell with the puck. Sends it back down. That's picked off there by young 58 Boniface. Campbell's wheel that around to Campbell. Campbell to Campbell. Campbell looking through the middle to Chalice. Chalice is going to collect that. Chalice looking for a shot. Great save there, closing down the angle by Pert. Chalice still with it, sends it across the point to Burns. Burns dishes it in down to Devlin. Devlin lets it go back to Hutchins. Hutchins pick up the puck, tries to walk around two players there. Gets it away to Devlin though. Devlin sends it through the middle to Ross, back to Burns. Burns back down to Devlin, back to Ross, back to Devlin, down to Ross. Back to Devlin, up to McCallum. McCallum through to Ross, and just outside the zone there for Burns. Burns to McCallum, to Hutchins. Hutchins through the middle, chips it up to Ross, takes a hit for his troubles, but gets the pass away. McCallum on the blue. Ross round behind the net. Ross with the puck, out to Rusky Jones. And that's going to be collected by McDonald, who's going to elect to try and clear that one out. But great job by Devlin there to keep it in. Hutchins in the middle. Oh, can't quite get the shot away. Takes a hit for his troubles, though. Rusky Jones with the puck. Back to McCullum. McCullum sends it through the middle. And that's going to go to McDonald. McDonald with the puck here. McDonald gets a shot away. Oh, gets through Gerard, but bounces off the post. Campbell skating through neutral. Oh, it's Rusky Jones, sorry. Oh, tries to get bounced off the puck. Rusky Jones, great three through the middle to Harrison. McCallum through neutral. McCallum still with the puck. Jake Hutchins dogging McCallum there. Couldn't quite get the puck off him though.
I wish I could see the replay on that shot from McDonald. I don't know if we might have to call Toronto for that one.
Yes.
It was, I didn't hear a ring. Joe. I did not hear a ring off the post. So
Oh, controversial. I like that.
There was a little bit of a celebration there from the Mako crew. So I don't know. Maybe that one did just sneak in.
Maybe, yeah. Definitely have to call Toronto. I know Toronto's currently on the golf course.
Yeah, that is true. That is true in same fashion every year, I think.
Yeah, exactly. My apologies to any Maple Leaf fans out there. I'm allowed to say it, though, because I'm a Red Wings fan.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while for you as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And a little chip shot in there by Harrison. Pert just collects that and shuts it down. Right, we have 6 minutes left here in this second period with Stampede leading the Auckland Mako 4-0. Rusty Jones with the draw. Sent back up to Harford. Harrison, rocket from the point.
Yeah, looks like a set play.
Yep.
Seems like you got that forward standing behind the face-off guy waiting for the shot, and if it comes out on the boards, one pass up and take a shot again.
Oh, nice seam through the middle there. Just couldn't quite Wallace just didn't quite have the legs, and it's going back the other way here with Rusky Jones. Two players just can't quite keep hold of it. Harrison behind the net here. Now it's chipped back out to Clark. Clark through the middle, through traffic. No one there to send it home, though. Jake Hutchins, great job there to pick that up. Jake, laying the boom on Rusky Jones there. Harford walking the line. He's got Jake on him. Back to Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones sending it up top shelf there, but Pert says no.
Wow. It was a few games within the game there, I think, Joe. We have Connor Harrison.
A little bit of back and forth.
Giving the Mako defenseman a bit of a hard time. And
no, he was just giving him some advice, you know. It's good to see the more veteran players out here sharing with the youth there.
He's got almost 200 games, so I'm sure he's got a few tricks up his sleeve to share.
Exactly. Just giving him a little advice on what to do when someone's in front of your net.
Yeah.
Campbell wheels it down to McCarg. McCarg round the boards. Campbell can't quite get back to it. McCarg's picked it up, though. Sends it up to Burns. He's going to elect to drop it back in. Campbell, Chalice, and a bouncing puck in front off a couple of Mako sticks there. That's going to go back across to Burns. Burns sends it through the middle to Chalice. Chalice with a puck back to Burns. Burns with a shot, and Perth's going to close that one down.
There's a lot of east-west passing going on for the Stampede at the moment. They're trying to find the seam. Instead of going low to high, they're going east to west. It seems to be working for them. Yeah,
it is. And as you said, with this Mako team not playing together, they're going to get drawn into those, odd man, matchups. Oh, lucky or unlucky bounce there, depending on which side you're rooting for here. Devlin behind the net, sends it out to Doig, who gets a shot away, but that Pert says no to that. Gets the second shot, but that goes wide. Burns. And Ross is going to bring that one out here. Ross curling around, looking through the middle. He's going to send it up, and that's going to be collected by Masternak. Masternak skating through the middle, getting dogged by two Stampede players there. Masternak, and chipped out of the air by Ross. And that's going to go back across here to Rasmussen, who's going to send it up. Get collected by Devlin. He's going to send it across to Burns. Burns is going to skate this through neutral here. Burns drops for Devlin. Devlin through the middle, but it's blocked off by number 18, Zhang. Doi, great save there. Back to Devlin. Devlin up to Burns. Burns all by himself. Burns is going to have a shot. Glove down by Pert. And that's going to get wheeled out by Lawrence there. Campbell with another shot. And Pert did not see that coming, but made the save anyway. McCallum on point. Trying to get moused by Masternak there. And Pert's going to close that one down.
Yeah. It's a bit of a slaughter at the moment, Joe.
Yes.
It's the relentless pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to bring the Zamboni out before the Stampede end after the second, unfortunately. But, still tight. Still only 4.
Exactly. And the other thing is, the Mako have the youth on their side. They're getting relentlessly, like, you know, the Stampede are relentlessly coming at them, but they got those young legs. They've got that stamina.
They need to do exactly what they're doing right now.
Exactly. Oh, here's McDonald with a rush and a really hard angle shot.
I wonder where that puck is. That is an amazing save by Joel.
That's a great save by Gerard.
No, anyone
caught up in the pads. Yeah, Joel.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one because the goalie's sliding back, and if you don't know where the puck is,
can very easily just chip it back into the net, which I think was what Marcus McDonald there was hoping.
Yeah, no, that was another Marcus McDonald kind of a sneak breakaway.
Absolutely. Well, he's one of the better, definitely one of the best junior players in this country. So
yeah, I think he represented the under-18s, the under-20s, and the Ice Blacks this year. So
he did. Yeah, he's had a hell of a season.
Someone to look for.
All right. Oh, that was a big giveaway there by Robbie. And Harrison's going to pick that back up, skate into the zone. Harrison, back to Robbie. Robbie chips it down to McCallum. Rusky Jones down for Harrison. Campbell with a little turnaround. Oh, Rusky Jones, sorry, a little turnaround shot there. Rusky Jones. Great job keeping in the zone there for Harrison. Robbie's going to pick that one up. Robbie with the puck. Sends it through the middle, and that's just picked off there by number 28, Cody Bick. McCallum with the puck, electing to take his time here behind the net. McCallum looking for some options here. All the time in the world. Cody Bick just staring him down. Big sauce pass through the middle, but McCard can't quite get a stick to that one, so we're going to have an icing.
Yeah, looking at a minute and a half to go of the second. What do you think, Joe? What do the Mako need to do to kind of bring themselves within the game here?
I think they're doing all the right things. They're just a little bit, they're just like the Stampede have just played together for too long, and it's structure that's letting them down.
Yeah, no, I think you agree.
Yeah. Oh, Campbell muscling his way through the middle there. Leaves it for Chalice. Chalice through to Campbell. Oh, can't quite get around number 55 Barry there. Wheeled up to Hutchins. McCallum with the puck. McCallum walking the line. McCallum down to Campbell. Back to McCallum. McCallum with a shot through. And McCarg going high, short side. Pert says no. McCarg with the puck. McCarg. And that's back out to Clark. Another shot away there. Joe Hutchins, great feed through the middle to number 19 Wallace. Back down to Chalice. Chalice shooting just a little high and left there. Harford down to McCarg. McCarg just soaks up the hit there from number 55 Barry. Trying to tie it up. McCarg across to Clark. Clark down to Chalice. Chalice through the middle to Campbell. Can't quite get there though. Weird bounce picked up there by number 15 Pang. Pang takes one through the middle there from Campbell. A great job to keep that in the zone. And that is going to see the end of this second period.
Yeah, 33 shots to 5. 4-0 to the Stampede.
Wow. But, you know, in saying that, you got to take your hat off to Jaden Pert. You know, 35 shots, 4 goals. Pretty good effort.
Yeah, he's I think I could call him a positional goalie. He's been in the right place.
Yep.
He's been where he needs to be. He's been in front of the pucks. He's been working his way through the screens.
Yep.
And, you know, he's got 29 saves to show for it, and I think he's done a phenomenal job so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so what do you see from this Mako team? What do you think's going to the third period's going to bring for them?
I think they need to look into a bit of a desperation. You know, they're down by 4. It's still a game. You know, we're not staring down an impossible task here. So, you know, as much as you don't want to give up the defensive part of it, when you're down by 4, you have to give it a go. So, you know, a few lob pucks out of the corners, maybe just try to chip it up the wall and use the speed to move out of the zone a little bit quicker. I think they'll give themselves the opportunities.
Yeah, they've got a couple of guys with the legs to be able to do that, you know. Like, yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. You've got to kind of risk it for the biscuit a little bit.
Absolutely. I think this is the opportunity to also, you know, if you want to try something new, you know, you might be talking about, right, this is the opportunity, hey, talk amongst yourself, you know, let's just take it wide or take it low or dump it. I'll got you. You know, get the D-man to actually bring the puck up instead of trying to find a guy up in the zone. But, you know, desperation, a bit of speed, and maybe a lucky bounce here or there.
No, I think that's a good game plan right there, 100%. All right, well, I'm Joel LeBreton.
I'm Stefan Amston.
And we will see you for the third period. All right, everyone, welcome back to this third period here in Queenstown Ice Arena. We have the SkyCity Stampede 4 against Auckland Mako 0. Third period for all the marbles, Steph.
Yep, it's still a game. I have to say that. It's still a game. Everything to play for. As I think we discussed just before the break, a bit of desperation, a little bit of luck, and I think we possibly could see a goal or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, it's kind of, you just got to just do it now. Like, young team, still got good legs. They've just got to, throw it all at the Stampede and see what sticks.
Nothing to save it for. Long week of doing nothing before hockey again next week. So
exactly.
Here we go.
Exactly. You're right. Rusky Jones over to McCullum. Through the middle to Devlin. Devlin splits the D. Sends it over and shot by Ross. Rebounds out wide to Rusky Jones again, who sends it across to McCullum. And that is picked off there by Pack. McCullum through the middle. McCullum up to Ross. Back to McCullum, who gets a shot away and save by Pert.
That was nonchalant, wasn't it?
He caught it in his stick hand, not even in his glove hand. He caught it in his stick hand. That's why I thought it must have gone in, but no, just caught it in the stick hand. No padding, no worries.
As you do, you know.
Back to Rusky Jones, cross to McCullum. McCullum takes time, takes a shot away, and it goes a little wide. Hutchins, can't quite collect there. Rusky Jones gets beaten along the boards there. Number 22, Jake Hutchins coming up. Little Hutchins on Hutchins violence here. Background shot in, chipped out by Devlin. Ross got the legs, he's got the space. Levels number 58 there. Lockie Boniface.
Goal off its moorings again. That was a pretty fun sequence of events.
That was very interesting.
I think some stick taps from the Mako for Jesse going around Jet, and a few smiles from Jet, and then Nolan doing his best.
Just walking through Lockie Boniface there and throwing him into Pert. All right, we've got Rusky Jones here on the draw. There's Axel. Back to Harrison. Quick shot away, and that is sent upstairs by Serakov. All right, going to get this draw again. Axel v. Serakov here on the draw. Axel wins it back. Harrison can't quite get in. Serakov again. Ships through the middle. Fontaine through the middle. Ooh, just couldn't quite get there. Robbie collects that one. Rusky Jones skating through neutral. Yang behind the net takes a heavy hit from Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones with the puck, sends it out to the point, shot away through much traffic, but Pert gets the glove to that one.
Yeah, a bit of a beautiful follow through there by Rusky Jones on the hit there, and I don't think that Auckland Mako defender was really expecting it.
No, definitely, and Pert's been doing a stand-up job there. Like, there was a lot going on in front of the net there.
Yeah, he seems to be working his way through the traffic quite well there. He sees most things coming down his way.
Yeah, he does. Garg down here behind the net, battling it out with Dixon. Up to Chalice. Back to the point. Another great save there by Pert from shot by Campbell. Chalice. Back to Campbell. Campbell shot away. Glove down by Pert. McCarg looking there to send any rebound home.
Yeah, I think poor Blake Campbell, I think Jaden Pert might have his number tonight, because that was the third shot in a row and the third save in a real short amount of time. So I think he'll be hungry for I think that would be his first goal if he did score one.
I think he just needs to, maybe take a little stutter step left or right, change that angle.
Yeah, I think he might. If he goes a little bit further up the blue line, he forces the goalie to move a little bit more.
Oh,
now those shots become a little bit too easy for him.
All right, Harford here sends it through the middle and gets tied up. Chalice picks that one up. He's getting chased down there by number 28, Big. Number 12, Dixon, skating it around, gets taken down by Chalice. Tries to lay a hit on Chalice. Little step to the middle there by Clark. Gets it through to Harford. Harford back out to Clark, and Clark sends one in from the blue line. Again, Pert sees that one coming all day.
Yeah, sees it. Picking apples out there. And I think that's probably the reason why it's only 4-0 as well. You know, I don't know the desperation is really there from the Stampede at the moment to go in and really give Jaden a hard time seeing those things.
No.
But, yeah, good shooting practice.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. All right, Harford's going to chase this one back deep with number 19, Wallace, chasing him down. Harford round to Clark. Clark looking up ice here. Gets it to Ross. Ross has Devlin through the middle. Devlin, and Pert just jumps on that one and closes it down. Easy work.
Easy work.
All right, 17 minutes, 1 second here. SkyCity Stampede still lead this game 4-0 over the Auckland Mako. Win by Devlin back to point there. Ross with the puck. Gets a shot away, and Doig in front just can't quite clean up the rubbish. Devlin with the puck out to McCullum. McCullum through the middle to Ross. Ross back to McCullum. McCullum back to Ross. Ross with the puck. Sends it across to Rusky Jones, who can't quite send it home. Ross picks that one off through the middle, down to McCullum. McCullum skating through neutral here. McCullum still with the puck. McCullum across to Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones with a shot away. Devlin can't quite pick it up in front of the net.
Yeah, there's a lot of, almost seems like there's a lot of respect from the Mako towards the Stampede at the moment. They're not pressuring the outsides. They're trying to just box them out at the moment.
Yep.
Try to always be on the right side, and you know it's a good way to play if you're in the lead. But when you're down by 4, you're not going to be creating any chances, unfortunately.
No, exactly. Ooh, good block there by Fontaine, and another shot easily seen by Pert. He's not giving up any rebounds tonight as well. It seems Jaden Pert. He's jumping kind of all over everything that's getting sent his way.
Yeah, he's active glove. He goes down well, and he's been really solid. Probably Mako's best player tonight.
Yep, I agree. Now Harrison's, great job for Harrison to keep that one. He's wheel it back around behind the net. Rusky Jones chase it down. Fontaine up to Mastunok. Oh, it's through the middle to Harrison. Chips it down behind the boards. Harrison collects it himself, sends it out in front, and sent home by Rusky Jones.
It was a matter of time. I think at this point, you know, there's a lot of possession held by the Stampede, and you know, you go around the net, someone else is driving the net. It's going to be impossible to stop that after a while.
Exactly. Classic example of getting chased around behind the net as well, drawing the defense down low.
Yeah.
The third man coming in there, just trailing behind, burying it.
Easy as that. And I think a lot of people have realized where the advantages are made by the Stampede at this game. And I think face-offs. They've been absolutely dominating the face-off circles and getting that immediate possession, which you wouldn't think is so important. But in a game over 60 minutes, if you always have the puck, you're always going to be able to create chances.
Absolutely. All right, Chalice picks up in the corner here. Chalice with the puck. Sends it through the middle to Hutchins. And, that was a great shot by Jesse there.
He puts his hands on his head. He knows he should be burying those ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was a great stick there by, was it Rasmussen?
Yeah, I can see Sam Hutchins, Jesse's dad, just gesturing to him at the side of the ring going, why did you not score that one?
Yep. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's got the puck. Gets a little spin around. Great shot on. McCarg. Jesse chasing through the middle here. Kasanov still with the puck. Loses it to McCarg, but McCarg gives it up in neutral to McDonald. McDonald in with a shot. Great stick save there by Joel Gerard. And that's going to wheel back to Harford behind the net. Harford with the puck. Skating it out of the Stampede zone. Harford likes to reel it around the boards. Down to Chalice. McCarg behind the net. McCarg dishes out to Doig, who shoots high. Can't collect the rebound. Just got muscled out there. Number 27, McDonald, comes across the line, and we're going to have a tripping penalty on McDonald here.
And he is dangerous. Every time he has the puck, he's either creating something or drawing a penalty.
Absolutely. And we saw it at the World Championships too. Like, all right, looks like, I'm not sure who went to the bin there actually. Number 25, Max McCarg, 2 minutes tripping. So we're going to see that Mako power play here again. And that just gets sent north. Boniface collect behind the net. Boniface and Mastranok. Mastranok. Boniface. Boniface through neutral. Boniface through the middle there to McDonald. And great loose puck in front, but that's just beautifully cleared out there by McCallum. Mastranok to collect puck behind his own net. Mastranok skating up through neutral. Still with the puck, Mastranok, and that is
massive offside.
Massive offside.
Massive offside. I think 58 was probably 2-3 meters over the blue line before the puck was.
Boniface just getting a little bit too ahead of himself there.
Yeah, hometown boy. You know, a bit eager to go and see what he can do down low.
Exactly. You know, him and Joel Gerard have played against each other many, many times. I'm sure he'd love to score one on him. All right, McCallum with the puck here in the Stampede zone. Sends it through the middle to Ross, who's going to chip it back to McCallum. McCallum up to Ross. Ross with the puck through to Devlin. Devlin takes a hit against the boards. Devlin still with the puck. Devlin still with the puck. Down to Ross. Ross with a turnaround shot. Springs wide to Devlin. Devlin across to Ross. Back to McCallum. McCallum just sends it straight back down into that Mako zone. Collected behind the net by Wimmer. He's going to send it up through neutral here to Pack. Pack with the puck. Pack likes to take a shot. Big rebound there. Great little chip down by number 57, Clark. And loose puck out in front. Mako showing a little bit of that desperation now. And gets sent down. Picked up by Rasmussen. McDonald through the middle. Picked up by Pang. Pang gets it taken off him by Rusky Jones. Burns with the puck. 4 seconds, 3 seconds left in this power play. Campbell is going to chip it back down to Campbell. Across to Burns. Burns through the middle. McCarg out of the box. McCarg with the puck. McCarg down behind the net. Tries to send that pass. Gets shut down by number 23, Wimmer. Wimmer chips it up. Burns collects along the boards. McCarg, great job keeping that in. Just chips it on net. And Pert is going to put a glove to that one and slow things down.
Yeah, I think there was another one of those almost a Stampede power kill. They had a few opportunities early, about 30 seconds in the zone, but after that, Stampede are just a little bit too good at holding the puck.
Yeah, you could see like McCallum and Ross were just passing it around in the zone against 4 players with impunity there.
Yeah. No, it was boys against men.
Oh, yeah. Literally. All right, picked up in the zone by number 42, Kazanov. Kazanov takes a punishing hit through the neutral there by Clark.
That is up there. That is one of the biggest hits I've seen on this ice.
That is a huge hit. No malice in it, just good, clean, head down, skating through the neutral zone. There's no.
Yeah, it's 101 hockey. Head needs to be up when you go through the neutral zone like that.
Yeah, big hit by Clark there by the looks of it. And
yeah, cannot see any reaction from the referee, so he must have thought it was clean as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, Alan Kazanov down the ice here. Looks like he's going to be attended to by the medical staff who are coming out here to assess him. Hopefully he's okay here. All right, well, we're sitting here and Kazanov is getting looked at. It's good to see he's picked himself up and skated off the ice, let his own steam, getting shown a lot of respect here. Stick taps from both teams. We'll give a quick shout out to some of the sponsors out here tonight. So we have the SkyCity Queenstown, of course, our naming sponsor for the SkyCity Stampede. LBRP Consulting, Carters, Octa Project Management, Queenstown Health, Cook Brothers Construction, Creteworks, WT Partnership, James Allen Photography, MediaWorks, Event Finder, and Queenstown Ice Hockey Club. Another big shout out to all of the volunteers who volunteer their time around the country, not just at this rink, but at every rink that help make this league possible. A lot of everything that's done here on game nights is all done by volunteers. So without them donating their time and efforts, none of this happens. So big shout out to everyone around the country who donates their time for this game that we love. All right, looking at the refs are just having a little chat down here. And we have 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in this third period. SkyCity Stampede lead the Auckland Mako 5-0, 46 shots to 7. Looks like we're going to have a face-off down in the Stampede defensive zone.
I think it's 5-on-5.
5-on-5 on the ice.
Yep, so no penalty on the play, which I think was the right call.
Absolutely. We can play some hockey. Masternock to collect the puck, very neutral, sends it back across. Back through the middle, 22. Jake Hutchins. And it's offside. All right, going to need to see some wind in the sails of the Auckland Mako here. Masternock sends it across to Rasmussen. Rasmussen dumps in the zone. Clark sends it down. Oh, kept in by Rasmussen. Gets a shot away. Joel Gerard and picked up and sent home.
That's a little bit of life.
That's what we like to see. Jacob Wallace scoring that one there.
Yeah.
with a great rebound given up by Joel Girard and just buried home.
Yeah, I think the initial shot, hard to see, but I believe it was tipped, and it might have actually thrown Joel Girard off his positioning a little bit, and then that rebound came out, and yeah, he tucked it home 5-hole.
Yep. Oh, and Auckland Mako are on the board with 10 minutes and 51 seconds. Just chipping away, climbing that mountain. Ref didn't like that one by the looks of it, so. All right, Devlin here. The Clark on the face-off draw. We've grabbed. He stopped to give the puck up to the Auckland Mako. Someone just, I'd say that was his first goal for Jacob Wallace. Good on him. All right, draw one there by Clark. Sends it deep back into the Mako zone. Wheeled around behind the net. Chipped up, and Rusky Jones just can't quite keep it in there. Bounces off the skates of Devlin. Picked up behind the net. Sent round to Fontaine. Fontaine through neutral. Clark can't quite keep control. Rusky Jones collects that one. Devlin likes to wheel around behind the net to McCullum. McCullum setting it up here. Oh, great little stick by Clark there to shut down that pass. Rusky Jones picks it up though, takes it through neutral. Rusky Jones tries to walk around number 58 Boniface there. Boniface says no. McCullum with the puck. McCullum sends it through. Doig keeps that one in play, but just chips out over the blue. Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones. Rusky Jones chips it into McCullum. McCullum, great job there. McCullum with the puck. Wheels it down. No, can't quite get it through there. And Rusky Jones is going to pick that one up, take it around behind the net. Great little pass there to Harrison. Chip back to Rusky Jones. Up to Rusky Jones. Oh, beautiful move there by Axel. Rusky Jones sends it through the middle. Kurt just gets a pad down to that one, though. And we've got a delayed penalty here coming up for the Auckland Mako. Elbowing. Rusky Jones is going to go sit down. 2 minutes for elbowing.
Bit of a sympathy call there. I think that was a late hand by the ref. Didn't really know which sequence he was raising the arm for, but here we go. It's 5-1. Maybe it'll be 5-2.
Maybe. Maybe. All right, who we got out here for this Mako power play? McDonald. Oh, big shot there. Great save by Joel Girard. Goes around. Masternock whiffs on the pass. Picks it up, though. Masternock shot in. Joel Girard. Mako have pulled the goalie for an extra man. There's a penalty delayed penalty. I was about to say, God, that's a bold move.
Usually when you're 5-on-4 and you have a penalty on the hand, you'd give the puck away to the other team, so you get that extra, or to get that extra guy out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Bit of an unusual move there, but I saw the initial one. I'd say Ollie Rusky Jones would be pretty upset about that penalty if I was him, because
no doubt
he lifted his stick and the guy wasn't holding on to it. So, yeah,
it's teed up on the board there as Blake Campbell.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe it was him.
86, maybe Blake Campbell. Yeah. Oh, so we're going to see a 5-on-3 here from the Mako. And I mean, let's face it, if they can't do it here, Masternock with a shot away. Joel Girard threw a little traffic there, gloves that one down. What do you want to see from the Mako here?
Box +1.
Yeah.
I think a box +1 is a pretty good way of playing 5-on-3, and a little bit of patience as well. You've got 2 extra guys. You don't need to stress it.
Yep.
And they need to realize that they've got more time and more space than they think.
Yeah. And more manpower too as well. Like, they just kind of need to play with a little swagger, a little confidence. All right, Masternock through the middle here. Oh, McDonald picks that puck up. McDonald is going to skate it in here. McDonald with the puck. Round behind the net. McDonald keeping the zone. McDonald chips it back down. Clark, oh, good little stutter step there. Sends it across to Mastranock. Mastranock looking for the angle. Can't quite close it down. McDonald takes a hit there. Back to Mastranock, 1T, and great clearance there by McCarga. Very dangerous rebound, and that is cleared out. Mastranock with the puck. He's going to elect to get everyone a change. 8 seconds left here on this 5-on-3, and then we'll go to 5-on-4 for another 39 seconds. Serakov skating it up the boards here. Sent in for number 57, Clark. Battling around behind the net. McCallum chips it out. He's going to chase it down. Foot race there. McCallum and Pack. Pack loses the race. Devlin with a puck out to McCallum. McCallum. Oh, great stick there by number 57, Clark. Back through the middle. Ross to collect. Walking around a couple of defensemen there, but gets it taken away by him. Shot on net there. And Ford muscling it out. Picked up by Devlin. Sends it back into Stampede zone. Joel Gerard plays it. Harford. Chipped out by Campbell. Sends it through the middle, and that's picked off there by number 23, Wimmer. Wimmer skating through, looking for options. That's picked up through the middle. Great stretch pass there to Chalice. Chalice walking it in. Oh, great centering pass, but no one home. Burns back down to Chalice. Chalice with the puck behind the net. Oh, great little tip in front. Jesse just can't quite send that one home. Back across to Burns. Burns chips it in on net and closed down by Pert.
I'd almost I'd give Mako some credit for the last 5 to 7 minutes. I think they've actually outshot the Stampede so far this period. So,
yeah, no doubt. They've probably had more shots this period than the previous 2.
Yeah, no, they've come out strong. You know, 1 goal can change a lot of momentum.
Oh, absolutely. Puck's back down to Burns. Sent across by Campbell there to Rusty Jones. Tied up against the boards there with Dickinson. Chipped out to Dickinson. Oh, he's got some space here. Pang. Can't quite get the shot away. Good defense by Burns there. Picked up by Chalice. Chalice steaming up the right-hand side here. 1 to beat. And chipped away.
That was a missed one by the ref. Oh, maybe this one?
Maybe. And then, no, sent through. Campbell back to Burns. Burns sends it across to McCallum. McCallum looking for a lane. McCallum. McCarg sends it through. Tip attempt by Harrison. Still got that hand up. Stampede doing a great job controlling this puck. 22, Chalice, and a great shot there. Hands still up. A little back and forth there, a little game within the game, as we were saying before. Dickinson probably needs to pick his battles a little bit better, but that's okay.
Yeah, 55 gets sent off from
number 55. That's Ollie Barry.
Yeah.
Not sure what the call was there. Did you see the refs?
I think it was for the trip on Chalice initially, but the hand was quite late, so I'm not sure if it was that one or if something else that he saw.
Very possibly. All right, let's see this power play here. McCallum with the puck, sends it through low, and good tip attempt by Hutchins there in front, but just couldn't quite get enough on it.
Be interesting now to see. I know Jesse has been looking for one tonight.
Yeah,
and
has he
on
what?
this power play opportunity, I'm sure he'll be right in front of that net digging for those rebounds.
It's interesting to see him out here on the first line, on the power play, eh?
I think he's earned it, actually. I'd say he has definitely earned it.
He's played a great game tonight. All right, McCallum wheeling it down. McCallum back on the point, sends it through. Hutchins in front again. Can't quite send it home.
Oh, he's buried from behind. I don't think the ref's going to call that one.
By Serakov.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid. He'll take that all day.
Oh, well, I guess it's he's been training with us twice a week, 3 times a week for the last 3-4 years. Yeah. So he's used to that kind of battle.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't get the front of the net that easy.
No.
All right, Ross for the win, and just chipped in by Harrison there. Picked up by Masternak. Wheels it back around. Ross picks it up on the boards. Out to McCallum. McCallum sends it across to Chalice. Chalice, McCallum. Oh, great little change of angle there. Just a shooting gallery here. Another great shot by Harrison there. Chalice to McCallum. McCallum across to Ross. Ross sends it through, and Harrison.
Oh, it's right there.
Right there. It's so close.
Is it 53 saves? Got 49 saves now for Jaden Perth.
Yep. 3 minutes, 21 seconds left in this third period. 5-1. SkyCity Stampede still with the lead. Harrison wins the draw back to Chalice, sends it across to Ross. Ross with a shot that goes high and wide. McCallum's going to chase that one down into the Stampede zone. McCallum to collect. McCallum skating it up through neutral here. McCallum still with the puck. McCallum sends it across to Ross. Ross to McCallum. Back to Ross. Ross looking for the shot and snipes it top shelf, sends it home.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys. He's got that release.
Yeah.
You know, I think we saw him, was it last weekend in Dunedin? Doesn't need much, 2-3 steps over the blue line, and zips it top shelf. So.
Yep. And no, you watch. You're talking about his release there. You know, you watch as he kind of drags it in a little bit, changes the angle, and then shoots.
Yep.
And it's just a nightmare for goalies.
I think that's so important, right? You get that little bit of movement side to side, changing that angle, and you know, when you can do it, what he can do, you'll be scoring a lot of goals.
Exactly. Doig with a shot there that is swallowed up by Hurt. Yeah, and with goalies these days, you know, they're so good. You need to, you know, as I said, change the angle, do something a little bit different to try and, try and beat them.
If the goalie sees the puck, he's going to save it almost every time.
Exactly. Doig with another shot, and that's just chipped out. Devlin, oh, big rebound there off Pert, and he's going to jump down and swallow that one up.
Nifty little toe save there.
Yeah, he got lucky there. He got a little bit confused. It was kind of bounced back across while he was still on his feet, standing out in front of the in the top of the crease there.
Yeah.
All right, Devlin, Doig, and Rusky Jones here on this forward line. Doig, no shot down. Goes to clear it out and keeps it in. Harford's going to pick that one up. Devlin chips it out. Doig chips it up to Devlin. Devlin can't quite get control of it. And that's going to go back to Harford here. Harford sends it, Clark, through the middle here. Devlin chasing it down with Rasmussen. Up to McDonald. McDonald steaming through neutral here. Gets a shot away. Burns does a good job blocking that one down. McDonald collects behind the net. Sends it out to Masternak and that is shut down by Joel Gerard. Yeah, a little bit of traffic in front of Joel there, but not quite enough to cause him any real concerns.
Little deflection. Had to hurry it up, but
nothing he can't handle. The future is now.
The future is now. That is true.
Well, Burns behind the net here. looking for some options. McCarg and Campbell circling through the middle here. Chalice chips it ahead to McCarg. McCarg gains the zone, gets a little shot away, and that sounded like he hit a little post and went up, maybe.
Maybe a bit of crossbar. That was a very nice little shot.
Yeah,
there.
very deceptive little shot. All right, we have 1 minute and 21 seconds left in this game tonight with SkyCity Stampede 6 to Auckland Mako 1. I think you'll agree, Steph, that Auckland need to do something drastic here.
Yeah, that would be, I think, a bit of a repeat of the Miracle on Ice if they came back from this. But
nice. Great shot from point there. And Jake Hutchins battling it out, showing Campbell who's boss there. Chalice, wheeled around to Chalice, soaks up a hit for his efforts. Masternock looking up ice. Masternock with a puck, chips it into the zone. Burns to collect. Masternock with a hit on Burns. Jake Hutchins rimming it around the boards here. Back to Burns, over to Campbell. Campbell with a puck behind the Stampede net. Campbell skating up through neutral here. He's got Jesse. Jesse says, no, Jake Hutchins says no. Battling out here in front. Jake picks it up. He's got space. Sends it in for a change. Burns behind the net. Sends it through straight on net to the end-to-end shot from Burns.
yeah, a bit of cherry picking going on there. I think we had two Stampede forwards on the offensive blue line, but you know, can you really blame them?
Yeah, exactly. It's that point of the game where you know you can get away with things like that.
Yeah.
All right, they're bringing out the line with Ross, Clark, Hutchins, Robbie, and Rusky Jones. I'm thinking Ross across to Hutchins for the one time.
Yeah.
No.
Look at
Almost called it. Almost called it. And 7 seconds left in this game here. Clark, just other side of the line there. 4 seconds left in this game. 6-1. Well, much better effort tonight from the Mako than last night.
Yeah, they held it together. They've been dangerous, right? They've had their opportunities, and I think it concludes with this is exactly how it's supposed to be in these games, really.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
They're not expected to win. They're actually, I don't think, expected to score a lot of goals.
No, no.
And it just goes to show, like, there is a big difference still.
There is. And I think the one downside to the Mako is it's a great team and it's awesome. I love it. But with New Zealand being the way it is, taking players from all over the country, they never get a chance to train together. It'd be good if there was some kind of like, you know, like USA Hockey, you know, potentially where you get all these young juniors together in like a camp situation. They play together all year. And these guys play together all year. That's a different side, you know. Yeah. They start getting the chemistry going, power plays hitting, they're working with each other. But, hey, if there's any benevolent sponsors out there who'd like to donate some money to make something like that happen, get in touch with the New Zealand Ice Hockey League. I'm sure we'd be more than happy to put something together for you. Yeah,
and I think you're right there. You know, it's about the cost of doing everything. And, you know, the concept of having a development team is good. You know, we're getting ice time for the guys who don't usually play so much.
Yep.
It would be cool, though, if it did count for the standings. I think that would be quite a cool little thing.
Yep, I agree. Because, you know, I think as you moved along season to season, there would be more people who would be on the team more consistently. You get a lot of those Auckland guys who'd be playing together quite a lot, and you would build that chemistry, and it would continue to build that team and bring those juniors up, you know?
Yeah, and you know, it would be awesome to see a competitive Mako team. You know, a team that's out there. I know they started the season with I think they scraped just barely lost to Dunedin early in the season.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they get things going and they've got a good team, you know, they're dangerous.
Absolutely. Well, you look at, like, you know, the under-23 squad and the under-18s by Ice Blacks, which, you know, a lot of this team is kind of made up of. Like, they've been having some good results over the years, and, you know, the more time they get to play together, the better they're going to be.
Yeah, and this, I guess, is just a start for the development of New Zealand hockey. I think we had the release of the Kiwi Ice Hockey School earlier this week, and, you know, kind of creating that red line through ice hockey and making sure that everyone is pulling on the same rope, really.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's going to be us for tonight. Final score, SkyCity Stampede 6 to Auckland Mako 1. My name's Joel LeBreton.
My name is Stefan Amsden.
Thank you all for listening tonight, and we'll see you again soon. Hopefully see you on the ice.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll be back.
Nice. See ya.